The second largest municipality and city in the Netherlands are both in Rotterdam. It is located in the province of South Holland and is reached by way of the Anu-Meuse inland shipping channel, which was originally constructed to connect to the Meuse but is now connected to the Rhine instead. It is a section of the North Sea outlet of the Rhine-Meuse Delta. When a dam was built in the Rot in 1270, Rotterdam's history began. Rotterdam received city rights from William IV, Count of Holland, in 1340. With a population of almost 2.7 million, the Rotterdam-The Hague metropolitan region ranks as the 10th largest in the European Union and the most populated in the whole of Europe. At least 950 CE marks the beginning of the settlement in the Rot portion of the Fun stream. Large floods in the region about 1150 put a halt to growth and prompted the building of defenses like Skielands Hoog Zeedijk, along the northern banks of the modern Nieuwe Maas River. In the 1260s, a dam on the Rot was constructed at the present-day Hoogstraat. Rotterdam received city rights from Count Willem IV of Holland on July 7, 1340, when the city's population was barely a few thousand. As a shipping canal connecting Rotterdam to the bigger northern cities was finished about 1350, the city was able to urbanize and serve as a local hub for shipping goods between the Netherlands, England, and Germany. Rotterdam topographical map as of September 2014. The Nieuwe Maas divides Rotterdam into its northern and southern halves. The Benelux Tunnel, Maas Tunnel, Erasmusbrug, a metro tunnel, the Willemspoort Tunnel, the Willemsbrug together with the Koninginnenbrug, and the Van Brienenoordbrug link the two halves. Between the Noordereiland and the south of Rotterdam, the old railway lift bridge to Hague has been conserved as a Rijksmonument. Although recent urban development has expanded the city center to areas of southern Rotterdam known as Kop van Zuid, the city center is still found on the northern bank of the Nieuwe Maas. Rotterdam's interior center is connected to the North Sea by a broad, mostly harbor region. Large portions of the Rotterdam were built largely below dikes, below sea level. In the northeast of Rotterdam, for instance, the Prince Alexander Polder stretches 6 meters below sea level, or rather below normal Amsterdam's Peel, or the municipality of Nieuwerkerk on Den IJssel, close to the east of Rotterdam, is home to the Netherlands' lowest point. The Nieuwe Maas no longer immediately feeds into the Rot River. Since the Rot's route was obstructed by the early 1980s building of Rotterdam's second subway line, its waters have been piped through a pipe into the Nieuwe Maas via the Borengat. A moderate oceanic climate prevails in Rotterdam, as it does in all of the Netherlands' coastal regions. Its climate is a little warmer than other places farther inland due to its proximity to the seaside. The summers are temperate to warm with sporadic scorching temperatures, while the winters are chilly with numerous cold days. The average number of days in which the temperature exceeds 30 degrees Celsius in the summer is 4, while the average number of days in which the temperature falls below -5 degrees Celsius in the winter is primarily during extended easterly winds. The airport's climate, which is milder and has a greater relative humidity than the city since it is surrounded by water canals, is used as the source for the following climatic data. Urban heat islands exist throughout the metropolis, particularly in the city center. The highest temperature recorded in Rotterdam is 38.9 degrees Celsius. Similarly, the lowest temperature recorded is -17.1 degrees Celsius. 46% of the nearly 1 million people living in Rotterdam do not follow any religion. 19% are Christians, 13% are Muslims, 10.5% are Protestant Church in the Netherlands, and 7% are other Christians. There are also a small number of people who follow Buddhism and Hinduism. The Markthal is a spectacular architectural creation that was built in 2009 and doubles as an office and market area. The building's architecture is highly distinctive, with a large semicircular gray facade and a sizable windowed part looking out over the adjacent courtyard. Arno Konen created some incredible artwork for the interior of the building, which features a variety of vibrant fruits, plants, insects, and flowers. The Rotterdam Zoo, also known as the Diergaard Blitzdorp, has endured for many years despite moving during World War II to avoid bombardment. The zoo is in excellent shape, has a botanical garden, an oceanarium, and runs breeding initiatives to support critically endangered animals like the red panda. The Euromast Tower was built as an observation tower in 1960 to offer sweeping views of the Rotterdam cityscape. The tower is the highest structure in Rotterdam, standing at 606 feet with its antenna. In addition to the observation deck, the tower has a cafe, a conference space for business meetings, and a hotel suite. The Erasmus Bridge goes from the junction of the Nieuwerd and Lek rivers across the Nieuwe Maas distributary of the Rhine. This magnificent bridge is the second biggest in the Netherlands with an enormous length of 802 meters. The bridge is known as the Swan because of its large upright mast, which is shaped like a swan's neck. The Central Station is only one example of the contemporary and distinctive architecture seen throughout Rotterdam. With the new terminals opening in 2014, its architecture has gained considerable notoriety. The structure is triangular in form and projects upward at an acute angle. The Maritime Museum has one of the greatest collections of its kind in the whole world, including artwork, artifacts, and maps. The museum is close to the Markthal and the Cube homes in the heart of Rotterdam. A contentious painting of the Battle of Trafalgar, a collection of figureheads from various ships, varied navy outfits, and flags from maritime conflicts are just a few of the intriguing displays. The Phoenix Food Factory offers a distinctive experience where visitors may explore the world of food and partake in classes, tastings, and open markets. Fresh local product is promoted at the factory, where you may also get some delectable sweets, freshly roasted coffee, and home-brewed beer. In addition to beer and coffee, you may savor delectable cheeses, a variety of meats from butchers, as well as bread and pastries from Jordy's Bakery. If you let yourself, you can truly eat out on the foods you can get here, which will appeal to food aficionados. The best way to view Rotterdam's magnificent harbors and ports is on a boat excursion. It is pointless to attempt to navigate the port on foot since it is so large and sprawling. Instead, take a boat trip for a relaxing mode of transportation and to benefit from the knowledgeable tour guides. Several businesses provide boat trips, but one in particular is the Spido Harbor Tour, which lasts around 75 minutes. Rotterdam Airport is considerably smaller than the global hub Schiphol Airport. After Schiphol Airport and Eindhoven Airport, The Hague Airport is the third largest airport in the nation. It is a neighborhood north of the city that has had steady growth over the last 5 years, mostly as a result of the expansion of the low-cost carrier industry. For those traveling for business, Rotterdam The Hague Airport has benefits in terms of handling people and luggage quickly. The first Dutch city to introduce a metro system was Rotterdam in 1968. 3 primary lines make up the metro system, and each has additional branches. The metro system is the largest in the Benelux and consists of 70 stations and 78.3 kilometers of train tracks. The system is run by 5 lines, 3 on the east-west line, A, B, and C, and 2 on the north-south line, D and E. As of December 2011, Line E links Rotterdam with The Hague. There are 55 city bus routes in Rotterdam, totaling 432.7 kilometers in length. In Rotterdam and its environs, including Barendrecht, Ridderkerk, Rouen, Portugal, Schiedam, Vlaardingen, Delft, and Capelle aan den IJssel, RET operates buses. Buses to Rotterdam are operated by Arriva Netherlands, Connection, Buzz, and Veolia from various cities. Between the Kralingh Zoo metro stop and the Rivium Business Park in Capelle aan den IJssel, an automated bus service called Park Shuttle operates. The crime rate in Rotterdam is between 30 and 32. Due to this, you can walk alone in the streets during the day and at night without any fear. But we ask you to be careful in all those cases, because even minor crimes can happen. This can be called as a city where you can walk without any fear or doubt. The increase in crimes in the last 3 years is 42, maintaining it at a moderate level. Among all types of crimes, drug addicts and drug businesses are higher compared to other crimes. As usual, Rotterdam is a good city to visit alone. The cost of living in Rotterdam is also very similar to the cost of living in Amsterdam. Small increments can be taken care of. Coming to Rotterdam under Euro prices, you can have a typical meal at a local restaurant for between 15 to 25 euros. This may vary depending on the food you eat, your size, and the particular restaurant. We are telling you the average values. As usual, 1 kilo of rice can be obtained for between 1 to 3 euros. A kilogram of local cheese costs about 12 euros. You can get regular fruits for between 1 to 4 euros per kilo. Next, when talking about transportation fees, a one-way ticket is around 4 euros and the regular price of a monthly pass can be obtained for between 80 to 100 euros. Also, a taxi charges about 2 euros per kilometer. Likewise, you can get a one-bedroom apartment for a month within the city for between 1,300 to 1,500 euros. Outside the city, that figure drops to 1,000 or 1,000 euros. You have to spend only 1,500 to 2,500 euros for a 3-bedroom apartment. Outside the city, this value can vary between 1,400 to 2,000 euros. These values are subject to certain taxes and time-related rules and regulations and may vary slightly, but we have mentioned these values as general values. Finally, including the details we have mentioned, Rotterdam can be called a destination that must be included in your travel list. So, make this beautiful city your next destination and you can get a lot of beautiful experiences unique to this city.